you. My name is Felicia Zimmerman. I'm 49. I'm a lifelong resident of the city. I've had 2 teenage sons shot and killed in the city of Cincinnati. My son Bubba was killed in 2017. The detectives didn't pursue his killer, despite considerable evidence, including a confession by way of rap video. My son Christopher was shot in the thigh when he was 11 and survived. The police never caught who shot him then. Then in 2021, soon after turning 17, he was shot and robbed. There were 4 young men involved. The shooter was fresh out of juvenile jail for shooting and paralyzing someone. He received 18 to 23 years and will be out before he's my age. There were also 2 brothers involved. One was the spotter, and one physically attacked my son. Both received less than 5 years. The driver wasn't even charged. I was able to look up the criminal history of 2 of the fathers of those men that killed my son Christopher, and their rap sheets were a mile long. A cycle of crimes committed with little to no consequences, and it's no wonder why the cycle continued through their children. For 4 years, my husband and I showed up to every hearing, regardless of its importance. We begged the prosecutor and the judge for stricter penalties, and our cries were ignored. The system is broken from the bottom to the top, and I'm here tonight in search of solutions so no one else has to get up here and say what I've just said.
Thank you for sharing your story. It's unconscionable. As a mother, I'm a father of 2 sons, and we're expecting a daughter early next year. And I have to tell you, as a parent, there's nothing that hurts my heart more than hearing you face that loss. Not once, but twice. I'm sorry. And I know you've heard that, and you don't need to hear it again. You need to see action. But what I will tell you is there's a million reasons why I could tell you why a governor can't be somebody. This is a state and local problem. Enough. At the end of the day, you kick the ball, blame somebody else, you talk to the police, you blame the police blames the judge blames the backdrop of politics, and then the state government, you go to them, they blame the municipalities. Enough. I'll give you this word, all right? 2 years from now, a year and a half from now, I view you as holding me accountable. Ultimately, if it's in this state, if it's in a city in this state, ultimately I don't care. We can talk about how we can work with localities, what kind of pressure we're able to apply. There's things we can do. But starting in January of 2027, all I can tell you until then is we're sorry. And starting then, hold me accountable to make sure that we're actually finally ending this wave of violent crime so no other mother has to suffer what you have. And I want to thank you again for being here and sharing your story. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I just want to thank you for having the courage to come forth with your story. I'm a father of 5 children, lost my wife to breast cancer, but never could imagine the loss of a child. It's a different level. And so we extend our deepest condolences, and the prevention around it is what makes it so painful. There's a woman in our community by the name of Hope Dudley. If you don't know who Hope Dudley is, you should know who Hope Dudley is. She's a woman like an abolitionist for women and families like you, who's been working in Hamilton County and the city of Cincinnati and fighting for victims to get justice. There's one thing that she's been asking for, and I hope Hope Dudley hears me putting a voice to her name. She's been asking to place cards of people who have committed crimes into all of our Hamilton County jail systems, so that as they're playing cards, somebody might say, this is a cold case and I want to find out something about it and I'm going to cooperate. Do you know that Hamilton County will not allow those cards in the jail system? This was a major change because the cards were there and now they're gone. These are the basic steps when we talk about solutions that would make Hope Dudley and all the women that she represents and their families and their children on these cold cases meaning we need more detectives that are finding out who did what, when, and hold those people accountable. Mothers and families are still grieving like their murder happened yesterday. And we have a system that we're not funding to make sure that those families get the justice. And it's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about Asian Indian, it's not about Latino. This is about getting justice for our families, for people who have taken their loved ones away. So I will stand, work with Vivek, anything that he needs to support this. But to share with you, a step we can do right now is demand that Hope Dudley gets those cards into the system that she's been asking for the last 2 years. Thank you.